Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Inzania's Let's Play. Let's pick it up where we left off, and we'll get right into it. So here we go. Let's get back at it. What were we doing? Oh yes, we need to build a stone table. So let's build one of these. We'll build four of them. One, two, three, four. I build things in fours. I don't know why. It just seems, if more than four people need to do something, then dang it, they can wait. We will get into these colors here pretty soon. This is going to be an extremely long Let's Play. I'm probably going to record about 4 or 5 hours today, and not this particular video. And then what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll split them up because, that's just how I roll. So, yeah. There we go. So now we got a stone cutting table. So what they can do is they can start using the cutting table to bust these rocks up. And you'll eventually end up with right there, unstacked stone. It's 2 stone blocks. But what it is it makes you a stone block. So we need an area to put all this junk. And we're going to temporarily build it. No, where's the thing? Over here. So let's build it over here. Build a stockpile. Raw materials over here. Okay, and we are going to manage the stockpile, and you will notice immediately when I go in here that there's some new options. Stone blocks, 2 stone blocks, so I've got 2 stone blocks going in there and 4 stone blocks going in here. And then stone rock. Now stone rock is the big guy, the big original one. So then what we want to do is you still have to go in and you still have to enable stone. So what that's going to do is that's going to put the big ones right here. It's going to put the 4 stones, which these are called 4 stone blocks. Even though it doesn't say it here, they are. You can look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's called shape stone in here. I don't know why the guy has different names for it here and then what you actually get. But you've got 4 block, you got 2 block, and then this is stone. So what you have to do is you have to work through here. So you go 1, 1, 1, and then however many stone you want to keep on hand at all times. I like to keep about 30. And I will quadruple that. Which actually I'm not building in barrels. So I'm way ahead of myself. So what we'll do is we'll keep 10 on hand at all times. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to have 10 stone over here. I'm going to have one of these, and one of these, and that's what they're going to try to maintain. But what's going to really happen is I'm going to have 1 or 2 of these, I'm going to have 1 or 2 of these, I'm going to have a handful of these, and then a bunch of them. So, let's let them go. People need to eat, so I need to harvest. You always have to be paying attention to your stocks. My food's low. I've been sitting here talking, and I had it on y'all do what you got to do. So, and none of my stuff's ready. So we might have to come up here and harvest this. I don't know. Let's make sure that there's nothing. Oh yeah, we can get it all from here, so no big deal. There's nothing real dangerous up there. So let's drop down. Let's turn this back off just temporarily. And we'll just send them to harvest all of these. There's a bunch of food right there. And then we'll harvest the couple of there that I missed. And then there's a couple here. There we go. Oh, is that iron? Oh no, that's just unknown. I was like, man, do I got iron really that close to my house? Which there is something. No, it's unknown too. I'm like, man, there is something there. Alright, so let's go up one more. Alright, let's send them off to get that because we're going to run out of food soon. These will all be ready by the time they get back. Watch. All that work. Run off to get something and not have enough. See, my food's disappearing. I just watched several of my food. They just disappear. I guess your food can only sit on the ground for so long, maybe? Maybe? So, now that we got a renewable resource of food, guess what we're going to do? We're going to build some barrels. And then we'll put apples and pears in barrels. Because on my other place, that's how I did it, and I never lost a barrel or an apple. Never lost anything. There ain't nobody there eating them, and you just saw them disappearing. So, I don't know what the heck's going on. Anyhow, so what we'll do is we'll go back, we'll go to containers, And apples are a prepared food, so you have to do these barrels right here, the tan ones. And we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which I'm probably going to destroy them last 2 rows because I like to keep everything symmetrical. 10. So we're going to put a barrel there, a barrel there, a barrel there, and a barrel there. And then they'll hold 10 per barrel. And that'll be perfect. So yeah, let's do that. Let's, I think you got to go chop. See how aggravating that is? I know what's there, so I don't need to see the trees, not while I'm working. All right, so let's go. Once this wheat grows up, we can, I've actually been harvesting it. So I can go ahead and set all of that. Let's go ahead and do that. That way they'll just replant it. We'll set all of this to be planted as wheat. And then as soon as they harvest the wheat, I keep forgetting to hold shift, they'll plant it again until we end up with all 10 of these blocks as wheat. And then we can just continuously pull the wheat and it'll go down there. And all is good in the world. Man, I live in Florida, and it has been so cold the last few days that I thought I got rid of a cold and then realized, well, maybe I didn't get rid of the dang cold. My throat's still scratchy. Sucks. And no, that's not a hookah. It's actually, I vape. I quit smoking and started vaping, so it's a lava tube. That's an expensive vaping device, but it's pretty nice. I like it. I'm just advertising for all kind of things today, ain't I? So let's go ahead and we can start getting some stuff built. Why aren't they built? Oh, I need wood. Duh. See, this is stuff you guys got to pay attention to. There we go. So we'll harvest all that. We'll harvest our lumber. Now, what you'll notice, if you didn't notice it already, is that they'll cut the trees down and then they'll replant the trees right away. They'll put the logs down. See the 2 little buds there, little plants? So you can basically just continuously and you chop it. You don't have to harvest it or anything special. You just cut the trees down. And because they're planted on humus or hummus or whatever it's called, you'll probably hear, I'll probably call it hummus, but you know, it's not the stuff you eat. But because it's planted on the hummus, they'll put the little buds down again to regrow it, the seedlings. Planted bush. It's really a seedling, but they'll put them back down and then they'll grow right back, just like normal trees. So it'll take it about half a day or so and you'll have more trees. So you're good to go. I thought I set this one. Now there's another example of what I was talking about. See, they just cut all them trees down, they pile all that wood up on the ground, and then go on about their business. You know, to go do the next task that you had set for them, which I had set them. Now they're harvesting, or they're toting fruit back, which is good because people are hungry. But I've got my barrels. That's the important thing. So let's go to Manage Container, go to Fruit. We'll put apples in that one. Manage Container, Fruit, apples. Don't forget to do this when you build containers, because if you do, they're disabled. They will just sit there as an empty container because you forgot to click on them and decide what to let in them. Now, we got a bunch of fruit up there. So I'm going to destroy this because we don't need it anymore. Now they're going to put all that fruit in these barrels, and that'll leave me with 40 fruit at almost all times. Now what you want to do is you want to come over here. Now this is the kicker. You come over here to food. Let them scavenge any of the food that's left, any that they haven't. So they've got all these apples up here. But as soon as they're done with all that, you want to come over here to gathering, go into trees, and then you set your apples. Like right now I've got 21 apples, so I can safely put that at 20. Same thing with pears. I want to always keep 20 pears. Now if somebody eats a pear, and I drop down below 20, they'll come over here. One of them guys will come over here and they'll pick a pear. They'll harvest a pear off this pear bush or pear tree. Pears don't grow on bushes. And then they'll put it in the bucket. Or they'll put it on the ground, of course, and then when they get around to it, then they'll put it in the bucket. But they'll always keep these 4 barrels full, or else there will be 20 out and about. So let's, we got wood. We got stuff going, stuff building. Let's get our masonry buildings going. I need to go back, go into utilities. And then where's the masonry table? Mason bench. So let's build 4 of these. When you're building your buildings, you can be aesthetic and you can leave a space for doors, like right here, or not. I find because space is kind of limited, and because I'm not building huge buildings like some people do, that I just cover the floor in tools. If I need it, I put it in there. If I don't, then I don't. I need to do the kitchen, though. This is what we really need to be working on, and I don't know why I wasn't. Here's the baker's table. 3. So we're going to do 3 baker's tables. Actually, we're going to do 4, 5, 6 baker's tables. Now I need to put some of these down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, I'm doing them on the wrong side. All my wheat's going to be over here. So let's make it, I know this is silly. Some people really don't care, but I like it to be efficient, even though I'm spreading them all out like crazy. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's going to give me 8 of these things. That means that 8 people can be doing, making flour. Actually, I don't need 8. So we'll get rid of 2 of them. And then we need our baker's ovens. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 baker's ovens. That gives us baker's ovens. That gives us the mill. That gives us tables, 6 tables. So let them go. They'll build all these tables. They'll build all this stuff. They'll put it all there. They'll use up most of this wood. But we'll be square as far as cooking goes. So what we need to do also is go back, go to containers. I do this all the time, sorry. Wheat is a raw material. So you want to put 3 barrels here. And they'll put all your wheat in them barrels. And you can keep these barrels full, which means that I can keep 30 wheat on hand at all times, plus a full, crop, 30 crop growing. Plus, I'm going to build my my bakery, its storage down here probably. Let's see, I got 1. Nah, I need to build it off to this side. Well, it's bakery, baked goods. What are the baked goods? Oops, I don't know why I do that. Let's go back again. Baking. Oh, there's actually a lot. I try to make everything, and this is a mixed map, so I'll be able to get snow cherries. I'll be able to get bananas, pears and apples, of course. Pork's definite. I like to keep a little bit of everything on hand, although a lot of people don't. You don't have to. So I'll fill a barrel with everything as I'm going along playing. But you want to accrue up the best stuff, like a snow cherry pie. It fills them 110%, but it takes them 88 turns to eat it. Now, turns in this game is you end up, it's like 1,200 or so, or whatever, every 3 seconds or whatever. It's a lot. So 88 seconds is like about 4 seconds actually. I'm guessing on time, but I'm not about how it works, but I'm guessing on how much it is. Now see, what I want to do is make that. It takes 104 seconds to eat it, but it fills them at 130%. So that's pretty good, and it's auto-saving. That one's the more efficient though, 88 to 110. So if I can get snow cherries growing, that would be great. But the problem with that is that they require snow. So I would have to be growing them up here and build a little bakery up here and then have guys shuttle it back down. That's a pain in the butt. Bananas require, I think, jungle in order to grow. So it's a pain in the butt. So the best stuff that I can do, for me right now, is I can make meat pies, which do 100% at 80. I can do these pear and cherry, or apple and pear pies, which both do 85%, 88 seconds, or 88 units. And that's it, or bread. We're going to start with bread, a bunch of bread. All right, I'm sure they're done with all that, so let's pause it. Don't forget to always set this up, manage container. Materials. Watch me have put the wrong containers down. I think I did. What did I do? Red. I did raw materials. I'm such a doof. Alright, so, yeah, you get to watch me destroy some containers. Yeah, I'm sure that you were all saying, too, but I couldn't hear you. You were all saying, them are the wrong barrels. So I need to do these kind of barrels, the green ones, the raw food barrels. I actually didn't raw materials. So we'll let it go so that they can do that. Got a guy sleeping over here next to a furnace. Got guys cutting stone. They're bringing more stone up so that we can make more of these things, which they're still going on. We don't need lumber yet, but we will soon. But we've got trees over here to get it, so we're good. We can look here at our barrels. We got 8 apples, 10 apples, so 18 apples and 14 pears. You can also click right here on stock panel and then go to food, and you can see how much of everything you have. Same thing with materials, raw foods, weapons, armors, utilities, and vanity items. You'll actually find vanity items down in the dungeon also. I didn't know that until yesterday. But you'll kill guys, and they'll, or your heroes, when you get some heroes, they'll kill guys, and you'll get like some of the colored hats and stuff like that. So you don't really have to make them because you can pick them up later. All right, what was I going to do here? Oh, I was going to plant the flowers. So we can go ahead and get a guy doing that. I wish that you could specifically select a guy and say, okay, I want you to plant these red flowers. I want you to plant these blue flowers. I want you to plant these yellow flowers. And then that's what that guy will do. Instead of this whole everybody does everything. I wish you could swap it, flip-flop it back and forth. You know, let everybody do everything. But how in this game you've got military guards, okay? And I'm going to pause it so they can go. But you've got guards in this game, and you can individualize tasks for guards. Like you can set them on patrols, you can set them as supervisors and stuff like that. I wish you could do that with your townies. In other words, I could click on a townie, I could put him in group 1. And then if I hit 1 or whatever, or select group 1 and then set out a task, group 1 will do that specific task. Everybody else will continue doing whatever needs to be done, but once they're individualized in groups, then they'll do that. I wish that that's how the game was, and I hope that because the game's in alpha, and I do plan to submit that as a hopeful, would you think about considering this? Because they have the ability. They have it with guards. They use guards to patrol and whatnot. I mean, that's all they do is you can patrol and you can have them guard positions. But I don't really see it being, too hard to individualize and separate them from the unit queue, the overall community queue of what everybody's doing, and individualize it on a second queue for what you want these little guys, this small group to do, or whatever size it is. But anyhow, like I say, I'm just, why are they putting everything? Oh, I did tell them, manage stockpile, materials. I told them to put stone down there, and I don't want stone down there. Now, if you disable stone, what they'll do is they'll take it out. So that works out pretty good, and then they'll take it and they'll put it up here where it goes. And these quarries will produce indefinitely, forever. So, the people will come up here, they'll hit the quarry. See, it takes a little bit longer, about twice as long as, maybe even 3 times as long as cutting an individual stone, but that's because you're getting 4 stones. So, now, you're only getting 2 stones, because you're going to bust that, it's going to turn into 4, and they're going to bust that 4 into a 2, but then it takes 2 to make a single stone. So, see how he just busted it into 2, and then he busted the other 2 into 2 actual stones. So, a 4 becomes 2 stones. Or at least that's how I read it in the little thingy over here, the window. It says, under quarrying, to make a stone, unstacked stone, 2 stone blocks. Unstacked stone, this one requires 4 stone blocks. Or no, I'm sorry, I'm a doof. Never mind. That's saying that green is what it needs. Okay. So to make shaped stone, I need a stone rock, which is that. And then it'll make a shaped stone. And then I can make unstacked stone with this one. And then you can make a single stone with this one into two. This is 4 becomes 2 becomes 4. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying yourselves and learning things. I'm going to continue this, and it'll be posted on YouTube as soon as possible. So if you like it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe.